All right, so we've looked at the sales psychology. We've looked at the behind the scenes of how you need to start behaving to really do well in the sales space. Now what we want to look at is the sales cycle. So every person will come through your business in a certain fashion, and we want to look at that right now to see how we can move people through that cycle. So step number one, people are going to enter your business as prospects. Okay, so at this stage, we're looking for people to engage with. We're trying to find people. We're engaging in what's called lead generation. From here, we want to get to first impression stage. So basically, where we get to show off how good we are at what we do, be it on social media, they might see us there, maybe a Google review, or it might be on that first phone call. So that's the first impression stage. So that's really when the person starts to connect with us. After this, we're going to get them hopefully to an appointment. Now, this appointment is going to be hopefully face-to-face, or potentially it could be through a digital platform if they're not in the location. So Google Hangouts or Skype or something like that. Once we get to the appointment stage, we want to do a nap, or as I like to say, take a nap. Now this stands for Needs Assessment Program. So in this nap, when you take a nap with someone, ironically when you take a nap with someone, when you go through that process, you focus on the need of the person and helping them get really clear on what they want to get out of this product or program or service. So in this space, we want to spend a lot of time here really fine-tuning what the person wants out of what we do. So questions to ask in this space, and again, this is a resource that you can access. We have examples of the nap in the resources section, but you might want to ask questions like, how long have you been thinking about joining a gym? And the answer might be 5 years. Well, that's a really powerful tie-in to a need, because they've been thinking about doing something for 5 years, but they haven't taken an action or made a decision. So now as we get to the end of the sales process, we can start to understand more and really lean into that particular need of motivation. Okay, so always spend a good 20 to 30 minutes on the nap. Okay, after this, we're going to move through here and we're going to come to the ask. So at this stage, what we want to do is we want to ask the person if they're interested in actually getting started. Can we cut that, Sam? Can I go from here? Yeah? Because that's not right. So I'll just keep going, or yeah. Nap. Cool. So now that they've taken the nap, we want to ensure that they get a tour of our facility or our service. Now, if your service is not really physical, if it's a digital service, we want to take them through this tour digitally. But if it's a bricks and mortar facility, if it's a service that you do on site, we want to actually show them our premises. We want to show them where they will be using our services and how they'll be engaging with us. This is a really important piece of the whole process. After this, we move through to the timeline. So in the timeline stage, we want to show them a couple of different things. So one, the stages at which they're going to be moving through and the timelines of that process. So what I mean by that is, you're going to start in a gym, let's just say, and it's going to be pretty difficult. You're going to feel kind of sore. We want to tell them that that's kind of normal. From there, they're going to get to a stage, and this is, for us, this is the internal stage, right? From there, they're going to get to the external stage, and this is a great stage to get to, and this is where they're feeling good, they're looking great, and maybe their friends are saying, you look so good, and they start feeling even better. But after this external stage, it's about getting to the lifestyle stage, or the constant. Now, if we go from internal to external to constant, we can start to help the prospect visualize where they're going to be on their journey and where they're at now, and we can then push them through that process. So we've done our timeline, and now we're going to get to the actual sale or the objection handling, which can happen. Okay, so you're going to push for a sale, you're going to ask for the sale, you're going to use really clever pricing, which we'll talk about in a second, and you're going to do a price conversation where you actually do ultimately ask for the sale. That's oftentimes where people fall down, is they talk around the sale, but they never ask. Now, you may dive into some objections, you may get some questions back, you may get some challenges, and in this process, you just deal with those challenges as they arise. Again, we've got resources on this particular piece. Once you get the go-ahead and you do get the sale, you move through to nearly finishing, but this is closing the loop. And what this means is when you get to the end and you get the sale is not done until you get one more referral, until you get another person who you can bring all the way through. This is your new prospect. So post-sale, you close the loop by getting one more person that you can help. And then you bring that person through and it continues the cycle of sales. So this is the SAOR sales cycle, from prospect to first impression to appointment to NAP to tour to timeline to sale, dash objection, close the loop, and it starts again. Every time, sense where the person is at in this journey and start pushing them to the next stage, and you'll, generally speaking, get the sale 9 times out of 10.